Hello and welcome to the Build with Baer Workshop. My name is Pat Baer. I'm here to build model kits and hang out with you. So hi, hello. I'm throwing the Bear Cave emote in the chat room. If you are currently a subscriber, you can throw the Bear Cave emote in there and let the people know. Brown Lantern is here in the chat. That rules. Hello, Brown Lantern. And if you're not a subscriber, you're just a viewer, you're not part of the Bear Cave, you can just throw in whatever. That's also okay. You can just say hi, or howdy, or hey. We're going to get building in a couple minutes. I always like to, let people that are coming in late or didn't quite see the tweet or are wrapping something else up join us before we really get started. But we'll chat for a little bit. We're working on the Gundam Spiegel from G Gundam. It's the last Master Grade that was released from G Gundam that we haven't done. Lashbrook is here. Hi, Lashbrook. Mr. Bob says, hey, lady. Hello. But yeah, we did the arm on Saturday because we finished up the Sandrock with the arm. And one thing I did want to point out that I didn't really show off here is, okay, so this pops up. Hey, Pat, autocorrect is fun. Yes, it is fun. I thought you were trying to say, hey, lady. What were you... Okay. But yeah, so this blade pops out here. So here's the arm. It's like this. Then the blade pops in. And then the handle could go in on the hand there. And then you got yourself like hand blades that you're holding. Or it can pop up and pop in and go back there. And that's cool. And really, that's the Spiegel's thing. Is just blade hands. Or blade arms. And then spinning. A lot of spinning moves to, you get yourself a spinning blade. Just runs around like that. Really messes things up. I think my base body and your Lego came in, but I didn't get a chance to pick them up. Thanks again, Pat. No problem, Barrel Lantern. They should definitely be there, because I did send it in the middle last week, and you are not far travel-wise, so priority mail should get to you. You will have to do some construction of those two kits, because the thing with Lego is it's sometimes, but not always, when you're building a vehicle, it doesn't fit right in the box again. So sometimes I gotta remove some components, but they're pretty easy to. What was the Lego man again? So Brown Lantern, you received 2 Lego kits. I'm going to look them up right now because I don't remember what I sent you. You received the Lego Hover Tank and the Lego A-Wing. Those are both Star Wars Lego kits. Hover Tank should probably just be like half of it just been like taken off, and the A-Wing I probably had to remove the wings to fit them in the box, and then you just have to put them back together. But it should be pretty easy to reassemble those by just kind of looking at them. So hell yeah, the Hover Tank is a fun kit. It was a small kit. That's the thing. I have so many kits now that I build Lego and model kits 3 times a week. So now I'm like, okay, it's hard. And I don't want to disassemble them completely. Whereas, like, the next kit that I'm sending out, the next winner, the end of April, they will win the Tall Geese 2 Master Grade, which is a wonderful kit. And that's just done because it's a model kit. So I don't disassemble model kits. I just wrap them very, very well and package them as well as I can and send them out. I have a lightsaber and a real helmet. Tat on my leg. I think now I kind of regret getting a pop culture tat. Brown Lantern, here's the thing. Everything will be pop culture at some point. You just be like, and the fact is they're faded, and you're just like, yeah, before it was cool. You're a trendsetter. Hey, whoever renewed their subscription, if you want to throw that thing to share, let me know. It'd be nice to know who renewed their subscription. And as a reminder, if you use your Twitch Prime coin, because you have Amazon Prime, linked with your Twitch, and you get Twitch Prime, you have to manually resubscribe every month. If you spend money, $5 or whatever, you don't have to manually do that. So yeah, I know somebody, I noticed that somebody resubbed, so you can hit that notification you want. You don't have to. It's all right. It's nice when it pops up and we all go, oh, cool, cool. But we don't have to do that. So anyway, we did one arm, and I did a little assembly of parts of the other arm. We've got some screws to screw in because, so this kit is, I forget what year this is. I'm going to This is all gonna pop. This is all gonna fall as I try to quickly figure out what year this was. What year was it? 2002. So here's the thing about the kits that came out in this time. Oh, Santini says it was me, did it on my phone while on my tablet. Can't figure out how to do the pop-up. Yeah, you might only be able to do that from the desktop. So, Santini, thank you very much for renewing. Very much appreciated. Let's throw the Bear Cave emote in there for Santini. If you're a subscriber, throw that emote in there. I'll throw the Lego as well. Still no word on the new emote coming for Tier 2 and 3. I probably should be like, hi, do we think this will happen? Because I would like to have the same artist for all of my emotes, but I also would like an emote this month. So, like, I don't know. I don't want to lay down the law, but I also... Hi, Urbina's here. Hi, Urbina. So, yes, so this came out in 2002. Let's go to the overhead. We've chatted enough. It's time to do some building. So, this kit came out in 2002, and it's a G Gundam Master Grade. Thing with G Gundam kits is they have a lot of screws to kind of hold things together. They were trying something. I don't like what they were trying, but they were trying something. So they were like, well, let's have screws in place to kind of keep the inner skeleton secure, which I don't mind that much. I mean, it means that you have very few rubber connectors in a Master Grade, which is good. I like that, the hard plastic connectors. But it does mean you have to have screws. And it's not the screws that bother me. It's that they come in two different bags because they're different sizes. And I don't know which screws to use. I have to really look and I have to do some math and be like, okay, well, this is the smaller one with the nut because there are other ones that have nuts. So it's this one. Okay. And it's just like kind of annoying. When I have to build that perfect grade, I'm attempting to do some research because, if you don't watch my YouTube videos, I put up a new thing today. Brown Lantern bought me the Char Zaku 2 Perfect Grade, which is the second oldest kit we ever built. It came out in 1999, so it will be the second oldest kit we have done. 1996 Wing Gundam 160 scale is the oldest. Your favorite Gundam ever. Yeah, the Zaku 2 Char Zaku is a beautiful kit. Commander Canty just subscribed. That's what Twitch Prime. That's 2 months. Thank you very much, Commander. Welcome aboard, and thank you for your service. Yeah, 1996. That Wing Zero 160 no scale came out in 1996. It was an attempt they were making where they were making like giant high grades. So it's that kit was very easy to put together. But it's huge. So this is the 160 scale. The one we're going to do, the perfect grade, is also a 160 scale, but it is not. It's a perfect grade. And it has lots of screws in it. You were born in 1995. Well, yeah. So, yes, I built a kit that came out the year after you were born, earlier in the year or late last year. I can't remember when. But there was a bunch of them, even though they were made in 96, a bunch of those just like found its way onto the market again. They had kind of disappeared and then they showed up again. And so I was able to buy one, not on Amazon, but I just ended up buying one from Gundam Planet, which is awesome. I wish this screwdriver was magnetized because it would make my life easier. Because right now, getting this screw to go where I want it to go is being annoying. So we'll have this screw and then we'll have one more, and then we'll have more when we start doing the legs. But it'll be a little while because we'll start at the feet and work our way up, which is nice. Hello and welcome to everybody joining me tonight. Always nice to have you here in the Bear Cave. We are doing some building for the next, hour and 45 minutes or so. All right, that screw went in. I know there's basketball tonight and say NCAA. I know that wrestling is going to be interesting. I will be keeping my ear to the ground about that. And here's hoping that... So I'm not going to talk too much about wrestling. But I'll say this. Because I talked a lot about it on Saturday because I had just gone to a wrestling event that day. So I'll say this. I am going to SmackDown tomorrow night. I am excited to see SmackDown. Kofi Kingston, as right now, is the SmackDown champion. Kofi rules. I want to see Kofi and the rest of New Day celebrate that championship. I am hopeful that I will see that tomorrow. Either way, I'm going to fucking SmackDown, and it's going to be fun. And I won't talk too much about wrestling. It was a long show, but it was a good one. But yeah, because if they take the belt off Kofi the day after he wins it, I will be mad as hell. Irabina, I agree with you. I think they're going. I was assuming they were going to take it away from him tomorrow, and he could be the champion for 2 days. But my hope is that there's an interruption and they do not unify the belts. Because I don't think it's a good idea to do that. But I don't know. Well, let's not talk about wrestling because I know a lot of people don't love it. But I am excited to go to a live wrestling event tomorrow. I was wishy-washy about it, and then I found a ticket that wasn't too expensive. It's nosebleeds, but it wasn't too expensive. And so I decided I was going to go for it because I was like, well, if Kofi wins, I want to be there for SmackDown. If Kofi loses, I can probably still sell the ticket on StubHub because people will still want to go. So, Mr. Bob just subscribed. That's 19 months subscription. Thank you very much, Mr. Bob, for using your Twitch Prime coin. Let's all throw the Bear Cave emote in there. Thank you very much, Mr. Bob, and also hi. It was your first Mania. Yeah, I mean, it was the goddamn longest show, but it was very long, but still enjoyable. It was just a long show. I liked it. I mean, there were some matches that did not need to be on that card at all. But yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Bob. Appreciate it. Thanks for everybody hanging out tonight. Because I am going to a live event tomorrow, I was going to stream in the afternoon. I am now not going to stream in the afternoon. I have stuff I need to get done tomorrow. So I want to do those things and not also stream during the day. Which I think you all can understand. I got stuff I got to do. And not streaming will make it easier to do those things. So instead of streaming tomorrow, I am going to do a bonus stream on Wednesday, which is a Hearthstone stream. So there'll be a bonus stream on Wednesday. I will announce it on Twitter, and I will announce it on my Patreon tomorrow, the exact times. But it'll be on Wednesday afternoon. And that way I will unlock. Here's the thing. My girlfriend almost bought me last-minute tickets for the G1, but I think the absolute lack of interest in wrestling and her cousin's insistence that the tickets she was going to get weren't really good. She didn't get them. But it's the thought that counts. Yes! Brown Lantern is the thoughts that counts, especially, since the last weekend you were otherwise occupied. That was very thoughtful. There are bad seats in the garden. So, her cousins may have been right. I don't know. I don't know where Hard Camera was. She is. So here's the thing. If I did a stream tomorrow, right? For Hearthstone, I would just be opening packs. So instead of that, I'm going to open packs in my leisure and try to build a deck or two and maybe craft some things and get some semblance and look online and see what people are playing, because people have been doing like some spec decks of things they wanted to build and some ideas. Find a deck that's silly in a way that I want to play it, and then on Wednesday I'll be able to show those off. So that'll be the bonus. It'll be Wednesday because I can't I just can't find the time tomorrow to stream. There are many very bad seats in the garden. Yeah. I mean, I don't think my SmackDown seats are going to be good tomorrow. Let me look them up. Let's see. Just scored tickets. That is... Yeah, I am section 206, row 16, seat 7. And if I look at that on the map, that is... Yeah, that's not great. There are worse seat sections, but it is very high. It's very high at the Barclay. It might even be the section where the seats are too small, and the stairs, like, it feels very narrow, I'm expecting it to be not great, seating wise, but I'll be part of a cool event and a cool party, and I'm excited for that. So yeah, so tomorrow I'll be hanging out in the afternoon. I'm going to be getting stuff ready for the stream on Wednesday. I'll be getting stuff ready to do a cool stream for y'all on Wednesday where I play Hearthstone. That'll probably be later in the day. Also, because I have to get to an event early, I would have streamed during Giant Bomb's like premium, like during the podcast, during the Bombcast, and I'd rather just watch that and chill than like interrupt that or compete against that. Whereas Wednesday, I'll do it like, I don't know, 5 to 7 Eastern time. So afternoon for some people, early evening for others, because I am working Wednesday night because I need Sunday night off. Because some of y'all know, I'm going to put the link into chat right now, but I'm also going to talk about it later. But I want to talk about it a lot. I'm going to talk about it a lot. If you go to bit.ly/PatBearSings, B-A-E-R, for Pat Bear Sings, you can go to check out that, because on Sunday, this Sunday, April 14th, 9 p.m. to midnight Eastern Time, I am doing Twitch Sing stream, and I'm raising money, and you should check out all the incentives and the prizes. I added a new prize today, so there's a brand new prize. You could win that prize. It's a good prize. But yeah, check it out. And I'm going to be talking about that a lot all week, basically, in the lead up. Love watching the Bombcast live, but that means I don't really have an impetus to listen to it on my Wednesday morning commute. Yeah, Brown Lantern, I don't have a commute right now, as I am still unemployed. Fuck. So, having one less thing. I often don't listen to live the Aftermath, although I will at some point in the future. I'd like to do it before I hopefully get a full-time job and unavailable. I'd like to be able to, now that I have good internet and I can call in, because the last time I called in, they couldn't understand what I was saying. So I want to be able to do that again. Hopefully I will in the future. Because that'll be fun. Alright, so we got to do that. It goes into there. Oops. Did this wrong. Got to do it the other side. Alright, so that goes in like that. So that we're basically building, the hand is identical. This is a completely symmetrical kit. One side is exactly like the other than the hands, obviously, in placement, but it's the same building process. There's nothing different about this kit in that respect. So, like, it's kind of fun, because once you do the one side, it's like, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing here. Okay. And then E6 is there. But yeah, so Wednesday will be Hearthstone. Thursday will be the normal stream. Friday will be nothing. Saturday will be the normal build stream. Sunday night will be the singing. I've been testing stuff out. But yeah, bit.ly/PatBearSings is the link. Look, if you want to hear me sing the dance remix of Let It Go, I have to raise $1,000. I'll never sing it unless I raise $1,000. I'm already singing I'll Make Love to You by Boyz II Men because we raised over $100. But yeah, it's $1,000 to get me to sing the dance remix of Let It Go. It's not a good song. Let It Go is good. The dance remix of Let It Go is not good. It's bad, and I don't want to sing it. And that's actually where it came from. The idea came from me being like, I really don't want to fucking sing this song on a Twitch Sing stream. But if I raised money, I would do it. So now I'm going to raise some money for charity, and then I will sing that bad song that I do not want to sing. So yeah, it's called Incentives. Get into it. I'll talk about after the break anime, but there's not a lot to talk about because, so as you may remember, there was stuff to talk about on Mondays because we had that time I got reincarnated as a slime was a Monday show, and Mob Psycho Season 2 was a Monday show, and then before that, it was a Sunday night show, but we talked about it on Mondays. I had Skullface Bookseller Honda-san. So I had things to talk about on Monday. And now I have one new show that comes out on Monday, and then I'm going to talk about One Piece because that came out like over the weekend, and I hadn't gotten to it yet. So it's kind of a bummer. I don't have Monday shows. Thursday will be fine. Thursday is always going to be fine. Oh, the game has started. I'll drop by later. Bye, Brown Lantern. Thanks for stopping in. Enjoy your basketball, your college basketball. I hope they get paid someday. But yeah, Thursday is fine. Because Thursday I've got Rise of the Shield Hero still on. I've got, what else is still on? Black Clover still on. I've got, what else? Then of course I got One Punch Man tomorrow. I don't know when One Punch Man comes out tomorrow. I'm going to wake up and hope that it has been announced exactly when in the day I'll be able to watch it on a streaming, because I would like to watch that during my lunch. That feels like a great lunch show. But I don't know. Alright, so we're assembling our arm again. It's just the same thing we did on the other side. Nice and easy. If there's anything you want to chat about, because obviously I'll talk about anime a little later. If there's anything on your mind out there in the internet land and you want to chat with me about it, I'm always interested. Obviously, if you just want to chill and watch, you're more than welcome to do that. You always have the right and to do that. I never want to keep that from you. I did assemble this wrong, so that sucks, and I have to disassemble it and reassemble it, and that makes me mad because I already did this. And also, this is the 4th time I've done this exact same set because the inner workings of all of the master grades are the same, from the Master Gundam from G Gundam to the Burning and Shining, or the God, or Burning, depending. They're all identical as far as the arms and legs go, which is why they made this. Which is why the Spiegel, which is not the most popular kit of that era, by far, of the show, it's no one's favorite. But because it's very similar in design to the Master and all that, the internals are all the same. It's not really unique in that regard. That's why, in my opinion, that's why it got built. I mean, obviously, I don't know, but I'm going off of what I think. All right, so we separated. It is so nice having this kit. Favorite member of the G Gundam crew. So here's the thing. I think Domon rules. I think Domon is, yes, is he a typical action main character who sometimes the things that happen to him are his own damn fault because he runs in head first and he doesn't think through his actions? Of course. Does he have a fucking tragic, nightmarish, very sad backstory? 100%. And is he justified in his feelings? Yes. And when the chips are down, it's the love of a good woman and the friendship he made along the way that push him through. Also, they made a very smart move. G Gundam, for those that don't know, it's the first of the alternate universe Gundam series. It came out before Wing or before X or any other ones, and so it was a new idea to take this thing and do something different with it. And they made a very smart decision. They gave him a fucking catchphrase, and it's a great catchphrase. And there's 2 versions of it, which is great. But yeah, this burning heart of mine. Also, it's fitted. Also, Domon, and the Shining and God Gundam's finishing move is just his hand gets really hot, and he just pushes it through you. And, like, fuck y'all. Fuck your Gundam. I think that's great. I love it so much. I would love a MG Rose or Bolt. Oh, the Bolt Gundam is great. Chihuahua Pugs asked that question about G Gundam and my favorite. Yeah. So there are high grades for a couple of them, and I wouldn't mind building those. But yeah. Harold is hosting the stream. Thank you very much, Harold. Of course, always appreciate it. I mean, look. Do I love Russian prisoner who is also a man of honor doing the right thing? Very much so. 15 bits. Thank you so much for that, Harold. Always appreciate your support. Thank you for the bits. Bits and cheers always appreciated by everybody, especially Harold. But yeah, okay, so I fixed the problem. I reversed these. It's fixed. We got this. We're going. We're moving on. But yeah, also, I do love our Canadian friend. He's just a sad man. He's just a very sad man that wants his revenge. And he'll die getting it because he's sad. And he, you know, he comes to accept what's happened. But he's never going to get over it. And I that's fucking deep and sad. And one of the few touches, like, G Gundam is hard. It's got some Gundam sadness to it. But it also does have some fucking Gundam-ass goofiness to it, too. There's some goofy-ass shit in that show. I mean, there's a windmill Gundam. It's dumb. There's a tequila Gundam. But also, there's some real, like, genuine emotion in that show. And some real shit. Some real TM shit. I watch the Final G Gundam Love Attack on YouTube often. Yes. Nobody in all of fiction has ever been more American than Chobody Crockett. Yeah. I mean, look. Crockett is an incredible last name. And I love it very much. And I'm so happy this last name is Crockett. Do I wish he had a little bit better of a first name? Yes. Do I wish his name was just like Hank Crockett? Yes. I wish he had like an American-ass American name. I understand why he doesn't. You know, it's a big character. They got to go full. But you know what? Honestly, I wish his name was Davy Crockett. I wish they had just fucking named that character Davy Crockett. That would have been incredible. Just go full force with your stereotypes. He's such a they're all very, very stereotypical, obviously. It's the whole dang thing. But yeah, Rain, I mean, hey. Does Rain get kidnapped in that show? A bunch? Yes. Does she also do some fucking cool-ass shit? Yes. I would have to look at it again. And I'd have to look at it through modern eyes. But for the time, they gave Rain a lot of cool shit to do, including being, like, siding and helping out Spiegel when Domon was pushing people away. And, like, wearing a fucking German ninja uniform. That's the thing about this Gundam. It still doesn't... Look, it makes sense in the fact that it's an anime and nothing makes sense and everything is dumb and none of it makes any sense at all and it's fine. So, like, yeah. Okay. It's all whatever and nonsense and who cares. But also, he's a German ninja and that doesn't... It's not a thing. German Jiu-Jitsu, it's not a thing. Like, I don't know. It's a whole thing. G Gundam is a fucking lot. Some of those characters deserve better than they got. Some of those characters deserve exactly what they got. It's a whole thing. Alright, so we got to build the shoulder piece here. And then we're going to put the hand on. And then we'll be done with the arms. And we'll move on to the legs. No head, no sometimes you do chest first. In this kit, you do the arms, then you do the legs, and then you build the chest and the head. Either one, I don't remember which one. But yeah, we're going to move on to the feet in a moment. I just have to put on, let's see, yeah, this piece here. Yeah, Rain is absolutely the heart of that show. I'm a Barry Allenby fan overall, but I think that's down to liking the Noble Gundam. Yes, Irabina, I agree with you. I think the Noble Gundam is a cool Gundam, and I think Allenby does. If any lady in in that series gets shortchanged, it is Allenby, because Allenby is trying so damn hard to just be a good person and to play fair, and she doesn't fit into the rest of like the crew. She doesn't get the respect that she deserves. But she's out there trying to make things happen and help people, you know, help her country and help like the world basically. And I don't think she gets the respect she deserves in G Gundam. All that berserker stuff isn't great. It's okay. It's just not great. All right, so let's see. But yeah, Rain rules, and she's great. She's essential to fucking making things happen. Also, as we've discussed previously, a horse pilots a Gundam. G Gundam. Catch it. Goddamn horse puts on some sort of suit and is in charge of a Pegasus, or a unicorn, I should say. And that doesn't make any sense, and it never will, and it's the best. What did I do? Something wrong here. Did I pull the wrong piece out? No. What did I miss? Oh, yes, I pulled the wrong pieces out. These are other pieces. Deal with these later. I've been thinking about rewatching OG Gundam. Hell yeah, you should. It's a lot, but it's good, Lashbrook. You're not going to be wrong for doing it. I keep saying that there'll be a lull in shows, and I'll do that, and I will pick up one of the Builders shows. And I think I might do that. See, if Monday is going to be like, see, right now Monday, for Monday, I have one show that's a 3.5-minute show. So that's just a gag strip. And then I have One Piece, which happened over the weekend and I didn't get to. So I've been thinking, if I don't have a Monday show, or Monday shows, I should watch like Builders and then like give a report on some of the episodes. So I'm thinking I might do that, just to like have a show to be able to, some stuff to be able to talk about on Monday, and Monday can be like Gundam talk, you know, talk about what I'm watching. I want to say Sunday, exact 40th anniversary. Yes, that was the 40th anniversary. Big news, the GM Coal District, which was gonna blow up at a bunch of the opening of War in the Pocket, is getting an MG. So close to maybe getting a Hygog. Ooh, Mr. Bob, that is cool. OG Gundam is great. If you're looking for a companion piece, the Great Gundam Project is a great blind watch podcast. Yes, I believe that is behind a Patreon. And I've heard very good things. I have not listened to any of it, but I have heard good things. I think it's like $1 a month. You get access, right? The $1 gets you in. So it might not be great if you, who knows? Maybe they have a sample one, like a free one, to entice you. Because I remember Austin Walker was on it, and he was like, "Hey, if I hear about anybody doing that, like sign up for a month, cancel before, I'm gonna be mad." And I would have been like, "Yeah, I would be mad too." I had one person do that to me. Okay, yeah, first episode of each is on there. Yeah. So I've been thinking about doing builders just to like, and then yeah, Monday I could talk about like, hey, I'm watching this Gundam show for kids. It's fine. Kind of like chat about it or whatever. So I'm thinking about doing that. I probably will. Because like I said, I do want to have something on Monday to talk about. Because right now I'm going to talk about like, also with one of the two anime that I could talk about today. One of them is 3 minutes long, and the other is One Piece, and nothing happens in One Piece right now because there's a new arc coming. So they are just like doing like literal pieces of one chapter of the manga, and it's a fucking slog. It was cool. There was some cool shit. A character I like showed up, but fuck, dude. God damn. We'll talk about that later. I don't want to talk about that now. All right, so here's the other arm, complete with blade. So we did that. Gundam Build Fighters is a wonderful love letter to the hobby of building plastic robots. You should definitely go for it. Yeah, Rabina, I've been thinking, like I said, I've been thinking about doing that. So that could be, you know, my thing for Monday, because I have a bunch of stuff to talk about on Thursdays. I have a bunch of stuff to talk about, and for a long time there, as you might remember, I had nothing to fucking talk about on Saturdays. But now all the anime is happening. Like so right now I have 4 shows that happen on Friday or Saturday, and I don't think I'm going to keep all 4. But Fruits Basket, Demon Slayer, Joshi Kasure, and We Never Learn. And one of those is 3 minutes, but it's good. And We Never Learn I could drop because maybe it won't be fun. It depends on if it keeps up the funny. But Fruits Basket and Demon Slayer, I'm probably going to keep watching. So that's like 4 shows, and then I have 3 shows to watch for Thursday, on Tuesday and Wednesday. So yeah. Build Fighters is on the Gundam Info YouTube. Yeah, I've been looking to see build. Gundam Build Fighters is I got 20. Oh, let's see, I got Try, and I have Fighters and I have Try on Crunchyroll, so I can watch Gundam Build Fighters, and then I can watch Gundam Build Fighters Try. 25 episodes. That's not bad. Fighters is the first season. Try is the second season. Yes, I did know that. And then there's Build Divers, right? I know the build shows are kid-focused, but they are some of my favorite in the series. Well, Mr. Bob, I really liked Rock Band EXE, which is Mega Man EXE, which is basically the network games. They did an anime of Rock Band or Mega Man for kids, but it was really fun and like a cool way to do it. And also, Gutsman was a support hero, and I always liked Gutsman. I liked him being on the good guy side. So I remember really liking that. So there's no reason why I wouldn't be. And also, it's a love letter to the building. So I think I'm gonna give it a shot. That's cool. Yeah, I think I think that'll be so next Monday. Tune in for my thoughts on Gundam Builders, because I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna actually, you know what? I'll put it in my queue right now. I'm going to my Crunchyroll queue and Builders, Gundam Builders, and Divers is on here too. So I put Gundam Build Fighters is now in my queue. Years have. I'm going to read the about the show, because what the fuck? Why the fuck not? I gotta break out. I'm gonna clip these anyway. So while I'm clipping these, I'll read so this is Gundam Build Fighters. The time is the near future. Years have passed since the 1980s, when Gunpla, plastic model kits based on the Mobile Suit Gundam animation, created a huge boom. Now, a new wave is sweeping the world, and what could be called a second Gunpla boom. Its popularity is driven by Gunpla Battle, in which assembled Gunpla can be controlled and made to fight. With the introduction of this revolutionary battle system, its popularity has expanded to the point that a Gunpla Battle World Tournament is held each year. It basically sounds a lot like other shows I've watched, but also has Gunpla and friendship, I'm sure. Episode 22 is 3 characters hugging each other. I'm sure that there's a bunch of friendship. You got a bright colored main character, looks like. There's a dude here. Yep, there's some sort of old man with a mustache. Uh, just for looking. Yeah, all right. I think I'm going to give this a go. Friendship is a big part of the show. Well, Mr. Bob, I would hope so. Be a bummer if it wasn't. That's Rambaral. Yes. That name, people have mentioned that name in the past, so I'm interested. I mean, I'm always interested in cool shit, but yeah. Do 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 do. All right, so now we got the rubber pieces, the last of the rubber pieces. As you may, if you were here on Saturday, you know the legs, the feet here are rubber, and the same thing with the hands. That was another thing they were trying with G Gundam, was having some rubber components. It's weird. I don't know if it's good or not, but it's weird. All right, so. And the thing about this is that we're doing a lot of stuff like 2x2. Figure it all out. Okay. Gonna look ahead a little bit here, because we're gonna have some screws coming up in a minute. Oh, there's a bunch of screws. I hate this. It'll be fine. I just don't want to do it. They put a bunch of other series characters as normal people. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I think that's like a fun thing, and I like the ideas of a bunch of just characters showing up. And you know, I've built a few things from those series, not knowing what they are, just knowing what the base that they're building off of is, and I think that's fucking cool. It'll be a good way for me to get exposed to some series I'm not super familiar with in the world of Gundam, because there are Gundam series I have not watched, you know. I'm by no means you know, an expert, obviously. All right, so now we're going to build a leg. We're going to build basically all of one leg, and then, we'll build a foot. We'll build one foot, and then we're going to build the leg, and then we'll build the other foot, and then we'll build the leg. So we need this, and we need this. That's 19 and 18. It's a giant thank you to Gundam. Yeah, I'm excited about it, Mr. Bob. I think that's like, it's a show I've been meaning to watch, and now that I have a reason to, I'm definitely going to give it a go. Alright, so let's assemble this piece here, and then we'll need F2 as well. That's this piece, I know that. Yeah, we're going to have some screws coming up here, and I'm not looking forward to it, as you know. I do not want to, I don't mind them, it's just that, like I said, the big thing about this is, it's hard to tell exactly what screw I need to put in from what bag when there are multiple bags. When there's not multiple bags, I don't worry about it. I just kind of line it up and look at it. But you kind of have to like take one out and look at the hole you need to go in and see like, okay, is this thick enough? Is this right? And you know, this isn't in English at all. I mean, there's some words that are in English and numbers and stuff. And it's a 2002 kit. I'm not, you know, freaked out about it. Now we do the perfect grade. What I found was someone took photos of like, here's the head section. Here are all the pieces cut out, clipped out of the head section, and everything that's needed for the head section. So I can look at reference photos to figure out like, and actually see them in color in real photos to see what things need to go where. I'm excited about that. I think that'll be pretty helpful. I usually go in pretty blind for these, but it's a perfect grade. I don't want to fuck things up. It's like the third Gundam perfect grade. Hey, here's a fun fact for y'all. Does anybody know what the first perfect grade was? Mr. Bob is not allowed to answer because Mr. Bob fucking definitely knows. Anyone besides Mr. Bob, do you know what the first perfect grade is? I don't, but I have a solid guess. I'll tell you in a second. It's an EVA. No, nope, it's not an RSX. The first perfect grade is from Evangelion. It's not even a fucking Gundam. It's the EVA 01, right? EVA perfect grade. Yeah. The very first perfect grade that came out is the EVA 01 test type model kit. Purple EVA is, Unit 1. It's the very first perfect grade. So they're like, oh, this is the third perfect grade. It's like, no, it's the fucking fourth perfect grade, y'all. Right? So the first time they were like, let's work on a perfect grade, it's for EVA. I love that. That is a thing I did not know until I was researching the kit that Brown Lantern purchased, the Char's Zaku 2. And I was like, oh shit, that rules. That's a fucking, you know what that is? That's a fun fact. And I'm keeping that in my pocket for future goof times when I can tell somebody about that. But that's like just like a cool thing that I was psyched to know that, you know? All right, so G15 and G22 we need here. But yeah. And there's a perfect grade Millennium Falcon. You're right, Santini. Slashbrick says at some point I knew that. Yeah, I'm sure you did, like, because it is like a weird thing in the history. But when they talk about perfect grades, they generally don't mention it. They just talk about Gunpla, because it's like the third one. I forget what the first Gunpla, the first Gundam perfect grade is. But I do know that it's true, and it's yeah, because like I said, I'm doing research. I have that Millennium Falcon. It's a absolutely ridiculous kit, says Irbina. That, yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I built that kit in Lego, in the second biggest one possible, and it was like an fucking endeavor. Alright, so now we're building some pistons here. This is a hallmark of the G master grades, and also you find it in some other kits. This was not the first time they did this, nor was it the last time. They really liked this idea of, like, you move the legs and it looks like there's internal workings happening, because we're about to do that with 16 and 21 as well. Yeah, this was very popular in kits like this. But yeah, I've been, doing my perfect grade research, trying to, because that Zaku is, like I said, that Zaku 2 came out in 1999, so it's an old kit, and I'm not worried about it, but I am, like, a little apprehensive. It is my second ever perfect grade, and I did have some damage to my first one, which I repaired, but I'm hoping the EVA getting a re-release boost non-Gunpla models. Yeah, I mean, I feel like action figures would probably be a thing. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with that. I don't know if it's going to be big or not. I could see people watching the first episode and being like, no thanks. Why did you all tell me to watch this shit? But I can also see people watching, for the first time, the first episode, and being like, oh, fuck. What is this? I'm in. Like, I can honestly see it going either way. Alright, so G14 is the first piece here. G14. First one we're doing. There are only 18 Gundam perfect grades according to this wiki. Yes! I'm worried that Netflix may or may not be the best home. Well, Mr. Bob, I don't know. The nice thing about Netflix is, in some ways, they totally care and care so much and want to do things right. And sometimes, it does feel like they don't give a fucking shit. And they're just like, hey, yeah, do that. Okay, great, do that. Yeah, 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 yeah. Go for it. So like that's good or bad. Obviously, it's who knows which way it's gonna go. I Here's the thing. I don't really like Evangelion. I didn't really like it at the time. In hindsight, I didn't like it. I have never seen that incarnation that added a new character. Did not watch that because I didn't want to. Because I didn't like it the first time around. I think every time they did new things and change and like did like new episodes, it just made it worse, and I wasn't interested, and I just won't watch the Netflix thing at all. Despite how much people don't like it, 5 of them are Gundam Seed related. Yes, I think they've built the Double Zero main Gundam 2 or 3 times, but it's the most recent perfect grade. Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good night, Harold. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for the host. Hope you have a good evening, friend. Um, oh, yeah. Some people. Oh, boy, do people hate Gundam Seed. Fucking hate that shit. They hate that shit so much. It's fine. It's not great, but it's fine. There's some good Gundams in Gundam Seed. There just aren't characters I really care about, which is rough because you want to care about characters, and you want to like the pilots. You want to think good things about the pilots, and it's hard when you don't. All right, so I know this goes in here. So this is a weird thing where like this little piece here is gonna piston in and out when the knee moves. So it's important that it's I can't really show it off right, but I've learned over the years where these go because I used to not understand where they went, and it would really frustrate me. Because I'd be like, what am I supposed to do with this piece? Now I know, though, so that helps out a lot. So that's going to go like that. That's going to go in there. That's actually going to be really annoying when I start to tighten up because it's going to fall out, and I'm going to have to shove it back in, and it's going to be the point that infuriates me as I build this. So at least I know that going in. And then I need to find the screws that I need. So I got to do that. That's important. To find these screws. So let's do that. First thing I know we need is one that has a little bit of a lip on it. So let's see. Gundam City is incredibly popular in Japan. It's really only the West that's super down on it. Oh, okay. And even that animosity is mainly directed toward Destiny. Oh, okay. I didn't. Yeah. I think my issue with Seed was they started using computer-aided animation and it looked too good to be Gundam. Yeah, Mr. Bob, I understand that. If you're an old school person, sometimes the new stuff can look, I think computer-generated is fine. Computer-assisted, like digital stuff, is fine. I have no problem with that. I'm not here to say that that can't be awesome, but I can understand that if you're like, really into it, it can take you out of it if it just doesn't feel right. Sometimes it doesn't feel like the thing you love. Last Brick says, I think I have it on like 10 CDs somewhere. That's funny. Seed's original airing looks a lot better than the HD remaster. Weirdly, makes it clear how distinct the CG and hand animation. Oh, so yeah. A lot of times that HD treatment can actually hurt a product, especially the hand or early CG. Sometimes on a third pass doesn't actually help it at all. Yeah, I've definitely seen that before. Okay, so TP5, TP2. All right, so that's this one. All right, I think it's these here. Oh, no, don't. I think it's these two are the ones I need. And the thing is, I'll figure it out pretty quickly if these are the wrong screws. If I actually need these two screws, or no, I won't. Okay, so I think I have the right screws. And like I said, I've done this for every master grade in this line. It's just reminding myself that's what I need to do here. So I'm going to attempt to assemble this as best I can and get this screw started in, and then I will do the bottom screws to kind of tighten it up. Because there are some snaps, and that will help. And the screws will just kind of keep it in place and reinforce it. It does make for a very sturdy kit. These kits do stand up, and they are pretty sturdy. So I do like that. It's just, it can be kind of frustrating. This section, you know. I think Double O and IBO get the hang of it. Yes, I would agree with you. I think that Iron Blood Orphans, I think, really does use the fact that they can do a lot of cool stuff with computer generated to its advantage. It takes advantage of that while still having really distinct characters that look awesome. And they also are like, hey, this is cool and all, but you know what's really cool? Complete and utter sadness. Just a really harsh story. There's nothing cooler than a harsh, sad story. Break your heart story. So if we can get that in with our computer generatedness, we'll be doing okay. Alright. Just kind of... Like I said, this part's... It doesn't suck, it's just not fun. This part is annoying. Yeah, because I'm going to try to get these pieces together. And the screws are fine. There's enough like, snap parts in here that getting the screws in later is fine. It's getting this piece in exactly where I need it. Because it needs to ride the track, but also, like, be able to rise and fall. Okay, I think it's in. Alright, I think we're good. Let's get some screws in here. And then we can move on. But yeah, this part is frustrating of these kits. I'm breaking out my master grade GOG, and the pieces are huge. Ooh. I think IBO has some of the best ship to ship. I would agree with you. I think the space battles in IBO are fantastic. Iron-Blooded Orphans is absolutely brutal on that front. Really nailed the sadness and tragedy. Yes, Irabina, indeed. I agree. I think it's a rough one. It's tough and rough. Alright, so we got that going. We got the piece inside that we need inside. Now we can put these side screws in. I think these are the right size. As I said, I wish this was magnetized, because it would make this part easier. Because these screws are tiny. Oops, oh no. Why does the GOG MG have a single spring? Yeah, I don't know. I do not know. I don't have an answer for that, Mr. Bob. Alright, so we put this screw in. And then, just like any other project you're working on, you never want to tighten. If you got more than one screw to put in a section, you never want to tighten it all the way up. You want to put both in and then tighten them in tandem, basically. Yep, and these are the right size screws, so that's good. So put that there. It does make for, as I said, a very stable inner frame. This is very stable. It's just annoying that it relies on screws for a plastic kit. But yeah, alright. Those screws are in. Now we can move on to... Ooh, some very nice art, some detail. You can see the inner frame here. We'll be building that. Some nice showdown photos. You can see what happens if you paint your guy, which we won't, obviously. In the different colors, schemes, and stuff. Oh, the core lander. Yeah, Schwarzbruder. Schwarzbruder. It's a good name. It's a good name, Schwarzbruder. We got one more screw to put in. We got to put in this piece here. Put this piece in. And then we need G10 and G11. Great. The newer kits go together much easier. Indeed. I like these older kits. They do feel like the master grade in their weird complexities. Yeah. No, I mean, this really feels like a complex kit. I agree with you. I like the feel of these. You know, it was a dumb choice, in my opinion, that I picked up the Shining Gundam as my first return to building Gundam kits on stream. Because it was like, I don't remember this shit at all. Because I had never built anything from G Gundam, which is why I bought it. But then I was like, what am I doing? Why is this so hard? Master grades aren't supposed to be hard like this. But they should be challenging, right? It shouldn't just be that I have a big kit. It should be a little bit of a challenge. And it is. These absolutely are, like, unique and interesting. I appreciate it. But also, like, these sliding piece things were always kind of a nightmare, and I always kind of hated them. I've gotten better at doing it, but... Alright, so... that little piece goes in. This goes in here. And basically, like this, the little pieces in here and here, you can see that. Oops. This piston piece will go, and so when the knee bends, this will open and close. And it'll look kind of cool. This kit has rubber booties. Yes, it does. It's got rubber in its feet, and the hands are the hands are all rubber. There's multiple hands. This is rubber. This is one, like, it's weird. There's something about the G Gundam kits that I do appreciate. They're just strange. They made some strange choices with them, and that's not a bad thing. It's different. It's not a bad thing. All right, so I got one more screw I have to put in here in a second. Let me figure out which one has to go where. Did I grab the wrong? No. Is this the wrong piece? It might be, yes. I think I grabbed the wrong one. I need G10 and G11. What did I grab? I grabbed 9. Great. I was like, this doesn't seem right at all, because it wasn't right at all. Yeah, I mean, I like the rubber. I think, actually, that's the thing I like the most is the rubber feet, is the part that I do miss in other kits. That I think is a silly choice that I do really enjoy. Oh. All right. Oops. And there. Now we just need one more screw, which is one of these. That. Okay, I got 2 more of these, so that means that's looking right. As I stated, I'm always a little worried that I'm grabbing the wrong screws, but these look right, and they're going in. So at the very least, they're the right size. Oh. That's what I try not to do. Is try not to open up all of the screws I need to get the one screw I need. Because we will need these for other things. We'll have to do the other leg too. So we're going to take a break here. I'm going to finish this assembly of the screw. And then we'll do our polish for the cause, where I tell you about things you can see and do. I'm going to retweet my tweet. Because, you know, not that many folks watching tonight, which is fine. I understand. There's basketball and wrestling and just, it was a long weekend. There's so much going on. I understand if it's a light night, but, you know, usually like a few more folks than we got tonight, which is okay. Not the biggest deal in the world, though. I understand. The fact that you're here is fantastic. And, you know, we haven't been doing Mondays for that long. So it's not like I can really say I know for sure. But let me add the screw in, and then we'll do a pause for the cause. I got to bring up all the various things that I want to tell you about. I'll say this, first and foremost, thanks for watching. We're going to keep building. We're going to go till 11 p.m. Eastern Time. So that's another, you know, hour-ish. So please stick around, even if you don't like hearing about the ways you can support me. Because watching is a huge way of supporting me. If you can't be a subscriber, if you can't do bits and cheers, if you can't join my Patreon, if you can't, you know, give to my coffee or buy off my Amazon wish list. I understand. Watching is great. Chatting, you don't even have to chat. I love it when people chat because it keeps me going because it means there's some stuff happening. But you don't have to. You can just hang out. Um, But yeah, let's take our break here. We're going to add some armor to this, but I do want to say, first and foremost, thank you so much for watching. We will go for the rest of the hour. But if you have Twitch Prime, you can link your Amazon Prime with your Twitch. Use your coin for me. You can spend real money. I'm going to throw the Bear Cave emote in there. If you're a subscriber currently, throw the Bear Cave emote. Let the people know this is a cool thing you get. You also just help me out, and it's huge. It makes a huge difference in what I'm trying to do here, so I really appreciate that. There are other ways you can support the stream. For instance, you can join my Patreon. I got a Patreon. It's at patreon.com/PatBear. $5 a month, $1 a month, $10 a month. They're different tiers. It's cool to check out. Feel free to do that. I have an Amazon wish list. This kit, the Spiegel, was bought off my wish list. Thank you very much for purchasing that off my wish list to Ultron. And also the next kit we're going to build is off my wish list. Those always jump out of line. I have things to build, but that jumps the line. There's a high grade that would be fun to build. I've got a bunch of stuff in there. So take a look. And if there's something you don't see, like the real grade, the perfect grade we're going to build next. That was not on my wish list. That was literally... Brown Lantern was like, hey, if you put this on your list, I'd buy it. So I did. And he bought it. And it's incredible of him. I'm so thankful for that. But yeah, I got a bunch of stuff up there on the wish list of things that I would like to do. There's some papercraft in there. People don't seem to be interested in doing that, but I would like to do papercraft at some point because it sounds different. And I would be into that. That's one way. That's another way to support. Also, I got my coffee. That is just a little bit of money here and there. It goes a long way. I would appreciate that. Anything I make through Patreon, through Twitch, through my coffee, goes to me buying model kits and equipment. Bits and cheers, always appreciated. It means that I just get a little bit more payout when the time comes. I get paid out every 2 months or so, or 45 days, something like that. Depends, but it's a good payout, and I really appreciate it. I should look at my AdSense, see how I did. I'm looking up my Google AdSense right now just because... Oh, wow. Okay. Well, shit. Thought that I would make a little bit of... okay. No, I made a little bit of money on that. All right. Whatever. AdSense doesn't matter. I'm never going to make another $100 on YouTube again. I did. It took 11 years or whatever. It was pretty cool that it happened. But I don't expect it to happen again. All right. So those are ways you can benefit me and my streams. I have a community Discord. Join my Discord, please. Please join my Discord. Here's the link. I'm putting it in the chat. You can promote yourself. You can post photos and stuff you build. You can always send me tweets of things. If you're building something, send me a tweet. I love to see it. I always retweet when people send me things. And then also, bit.ly/PatBearSings is the link for my fundraiser page. I'm trying to raise $1,000. I'm going to sing on Sunday, April 14th, 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. Eastern. It's a charity, Twitch things. Mr. Bob says, I'm tempted by that jagged donga. I love the terrible color scheme. It's unbelievably gross. And I would love to see what it looks like live. Yeah. So that's it. That's me just throwing some chats, some links in the chat. Which I have to open separately, as we've talked about. I can't do it in the dashboard, and I don't know why. But yeah, we'll get back to building. But thanks so much. And also, like, you can tell a friend. Oh, one thing I do want to do is retweet. So people don't like my tweet about the D&D. Oh, a crowd of Archonis. Sorry, I don't know how to say that. Just subscribe. That's 4 months. Archonis, I've never learned how to say the name. I'm so sorry about that, but thank you. 4 months is awesome. Thank you so much for that. Thanks for everybody who's close enough. Yeah, sorry. Archonis. I don't know. I'm terrible at that shit. I'm so bad at it. I just can't. I think I say Aristofan's name wrong like half the time. Um, oh yeah, so some people on Twitter aren't happy with my take on the whole D&D sketch. It's not a skit; it's a sketch. Uh, there's a sketch that was about D&D that um, people are like, uh, are Arcana. Okay, great. I'll do my best. Arcanus. Arcanus. Got it. But anyway, it's not a great sketch. It's not, and it is full of stereotypes. And I understand that. But people are like, how old and out of touch are they? They don't know how cool D&D people are. First of all, it's a comedy sketch. Do you think that SNL is going to write a sketch about how D&D is awesome? Why would they write a pro D&D sketch? Why would they write a sketch where people don't know how cool D&D is the premise, I guess? I don't know why they would do that. They're a sketch comedy show. They're making fun of it. And my point was, it's not that they're making fun of a stereotype of D&D players because they think that's all D&D players are like straight white nerdy guys. No, they're not saying that's all who it is. There are many people who aren't. They're saying the shitty ones are those dudes. Because, and I know this from friends of mine who have worked on the show in the past, who work on the show now. I am not overstepping any bounds by saying that. I do have friends who have worked on that show. The current crop of writers are predominantly in their 20s and 30s, and they fucked shitty D&D dudes. This sketch is therapy. Sometimes sketches are just getting over your fucking bullshit and your trauma and your bad vibes. So when you see sketches about improv and shitty dudes from improv, that's also getting over it. So it's not that they're like attacking the culture. They're attacking the shitty dudes in the culture that were bad in bed when they were in their early 20s and slept with comedy dudes who wouldn't shut up about World of Warcraft. Like, I'm glad the D&D selfie thing is happening. But I also, it's not a comedy show's job to portray you in the best light possible. That's not what they're there for. That's not what comedy is. Yes, you should speak truth to power. Yes, you should take the piss out of people who needed the piss taken out of them. But also, you should take every attempt to showcase and vilify shitty dudes of all walks of life. Would have been fun if there was a character in there that didn't feel like the same, that there was a cool one, but, you know, bad people in D&D is such a big bird when you have a months-long game and find out. Yes, Mr. Bob, I think we talked about this on Saturday as well. Yeah, it sucks. It really does suck when it turns out that there's the shitty dudes. I don't know where all these people were when there was the Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe sketch about the girls that think they're Hermione, the nerdy girls that all want to fuck the weird dude, the animal man from, because I forget the name of that character. When that character showed up, you didn't hear people being like, I definitely did not hear people going like, "Ah, this sucks." They're like, yeah. This is definitely a type of girl. Tum Tugger, I think his name is. I can't remember. That might be Cats. I can't remember. But there is a character, like, there is a character in there that, like, yes, ladies of a certain age and a certain type definitely wanted to bone. That sketch also came from a real place because it was written by somebody that definitely feels that shit and remembers how they were. But, yeah, it struck a chord. Mr. Tumnus. Yes, it's Mr. Tumnus. Yes. There is an SNL sketch about girls that traveled through the wardrobe, and when they got there and they met Mr. Tumnus, They definitely wanted to sleep with Mr. Tumnus because that's how they had felt when they were young. And that was written by somebody that definitely felt that way when they were young, which I think is hilarious. And they were like, yeah, they were just like a bunch of Hermiones. But it felt real, and like, yeah, I wouldn't mind it if there was a like D&D sketch that like hit some notes and felt more accurate and truthful. Sure, I'm all up for accurate and truthful when it comes to that stuff. But also, like, I remember there were some people that were really bummed out with a Key and Peele sketch. There was this, like, the Key and Peele sketch is incredible. It's actually, I think it's one of the best ones they ever did. But it's not racially, it's not about race, so it gets overlooked because it feels universal to a lot of people, and it doesn't really hit the same chords as some of their show. But I think it's incredible. And it's a dude ordering pizza. And he makes his order, and the guy on the other line says, "Oh, cool, you having a party or something?" And the guy ordering pizza has to pretend that he has people over, and that this large order of pizza that he made isn't just for him. And it goes in incredible directions, and it blows up and is larger than life and is all the things you want in sketch comedy. But at the heart of it, it is just a guy who was trying to pretend like he didn't order too much food just for himself. Which is based on a real thing that happened to the writer of that sketch, who was my friend Charlie. Because he once ordered a bunch of food, and the person on the line said, "Oh, cool, y'all watching the game?" And he had to say, "Yes, me and my friends are watching the game." And then he had a conversation. He didn't know what the game was. He also was just ordering a lot of pizza because he was sad. It's great because he like starts naming characters from like action figures that are on the wall, and so it's whatever they could like license and get, and it's a really funny fucking sketch that is 100% based in truth. And I remember some people were like, "This is so stereotypical. This is so like, oh, is this the guy that lives in his mom's basement? Like, come on, this sucks." And then like my friend Charlie had to be like, "This happened to me. I don't know what to tell you. This is a real thing that we then made funnier, but it's real." And that's what this SNL sketch felt like to me. Like watching it is like, yeah, it's full of stereotypes. They ain't wrong though. It's not full of a bunch of wrong stereotypes. It's full of a bunch of fucking pretty truthful thoughts about particular kinds of nerds. And yeah, as someone that just ordered a large amount of pizza, I can relate. Yeah, I've done that too. I've certainly done it. It's not, but yeah, that's one of my favorite Key and Peele sketches. It's very overlooked. My other one is there's just a sketch that's just like a bunch of songs from this fake funk band, like it's a P-Funk band. And all the music is great because basically the sketch is funk music. This era of funk was just full of nonsense lyrics, and it doesn't matter. And it's just an excuse to write a bunch of dumb lyrics. But also, my buddy DC is in it, and he is at the time he's always been a young white man. But he had a big old beard, so he's the white bass player in this funk band, and it's perfect. He's perfect in it, and he's like not in the sketch. He's just a background character. But it was one of those things where it was like, fuck yeah, DC, this is perfect casting. I will always love that sketch because it was like written by like Becky Drysdale, who knows how to fucking write comedy music, and is an incredible performer in her own right. But did such a great job on Key and Peele. But also because it's just like, and DC Pearson as the white guy in the band. Yeah, Santini, DC Pearson. I saw that sketch. Yeah, that was great. Yes. Yeah, DC is he just looks like a white bass player in a funk band. Like, it's perfect casting. Uh, and a fine performer in his own right, and great dude, solid dude, top of the world dude. Miss that guy. But yeah, he has a very brief, cool appearance in that show. I want to watch some. I guess I'm going to watch some old Key and Peele tonight. I guess I'm just going to watch a bunch of YouTube Key and Peele, and not just the football sketches, which are very good, but also feed into a big problem, which is, look, some shit is just fucking funny, and some shit is funny, but also it's hard to, like, laugh too loud, because, like, fuck, you know, like, the college football stuff is hilarious, and it's always going to be great, and a lot of there's performance, and it's that thing where you're like, I have to make sure I'm just not laughing at the funny names black people give their kids, right? Like, you got to be careful about that shit, but also, it is a thing, and it's that weird thing where you're like, this is funny, and their performances are funny. I am not laughing at the silly names. I am laughing at the silly names. DC Pearson is also in Captain America. Yes, DC's in Captain America. Adam Pally is in Iron Man. He's the weirdo in Iron Man, that in, like, Iron Man 3, that, like, realizes Tony Stark and kind of fanboys out. And then the guy who's playing Galaga is not an improviser, and it bums me out that he's not an improviser. And then the UCB line takes a break from the Marvel movies, but then jumps into the Spider-Man movies, in which Zach Cherry in Spider-Man Homecoming is the hot dog guy that yells to Spider-Man to do a flip, and then is psyched about that. The guy getting a hot dog, who's just like, hey, do a flip, hey, Spider-Man! That's Zach Cherry, who's also a UCB guy, which I just love that there's, like, a weird Marvel Extended Universe where the goofy, weird guys who are, like, have, like, a fun moment. Other than the Galaga guy. Also, that was apparently not in the script, so they shot that scene later with him, like, moving the screen and playing stuff. That was a ad-lib, apparently. Still a good scene. Still a good moment. You know, a little levity. A little levity goes a long way. E8. Alright, it's time to talk about anime. Let's just talk about it. One Piece. I said this before. One Piece. If you watched it a long time ago, it's kind of fun because, like, Kobe showed up. That's fun. And they flash back to when Kobe met Luffy. And that's fun. Last episode was the same thing, only it was Shanks. That's fun. But also, hey, fuck off, tell a story. Like, you're getting, like, a moment of what's happening, and then a bunch of flashback stuff, and it feels weird, and it feels like they're just spinning their wheels, and it's not as good as it could be. And it's frustrating, because I would like them to keep telling the story they're trying to tell. Let's see, I need 4 and 5. Put those there. So that's One Piece, but we also found out in the last episode, they were like, this newspaper is basically calling Luffy the 5th Emperor, which is pretty funny, but not accurate, and like a mastermind. And that's always fun when people think a dummy character is very smart, and that he's like doing some sort of master plan, and it's like, no, not really. And then also there is a what do we call it? Oh yeah, his bounty's really high. It's like 150 billion berries. And that's a lot. It's a whole lot. And that's the big reveal. As I said, not a lot's fucking happening in One Piece. I guess we're getting a new arc in July, so this is kind of just being like filler where instead of just doing a filler arc, they're just stretching it out. Hi, Urban Buddha, happy to have you here. The other anime I want to shout out. I'm gonna put the link. I'm gonna put the name in there. It's in the YouTube description. If you watch after on YouTube, you can always find the names of these. It's another 3.5-minute show. So this is two. This season has 2 short shows. It's called Yatogame-chan. Kansatsu Nikki. I'm probably just going to call it Yatogame-chan. It is a small thing about a dude from Tokyo that moved. I forget the region. He is a dude in Tokyo. He's a second-year high school student. He moves to high school out in the boonies at a place. Make sure I don't play anything from it because I don't want to have to pay. It is a wait. So okay, let me look this up. Okay, high school student Jin moves to Nagoya, which is like in the sticks, and it's basically it's a gag. It's like I said, it's 3.5 minutes, so no opening but a closing theme, and it's a gag comic strip about some girls and like a dude from Tokyo, and he's like psyched because he's gonna meet some people that have like funny accents, but it's like kind of in the boonies. I don't know what the accent would translate if they dubbed it, but it's kind of like moving out to the country, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna meet some like country boys, and instead everyone's kind of dropped their accent, but this girl doesn't. She's also cat-like for some reason. I don't know why. But it seems pretty good. It's like I said, it's a gag thing. There'll be some other characters. It'll be silly. I don't know what. It also, like I said, 3.5 minutes, so you can just add it and like whatever. I don't know what the equivalent is. We've talked about this before and how sometimes in dubs they will make characters southern in order to convey that kind of like down home. Or in Janosuke, Joey in Yu-Gi-Oh! Has a Brooklyn accent because he is a street tough character and has a heavy accent in the Japanese. So in the English, they made him they made him a New Yorker, and gave him a very stereotypical accent because that was in their minds a way to show that character. It doesn't happen all the time, but it does often happen in Japanese in anime. There's if you watch Laid Back Camp, the character that the old country grandma, like if you listen to Nadeshiko's voice when she does that character, she's speaking like like what the city kids think that like country folk sound like. So yeah, it's short and it looks a little cute. And like I said, the main girl is also kind of cat-like for some reason. The first gag is mostly like how they met, and then him being like trying to get her to say words, and then she says a couple things that like make him laugh. And I think it probably works better in Japanese than it does subtitled. But I don't know. It seemed kind of neat, and it's new. And as I said, Monday seems a little dry, because that's the only show that came out today that I want to talk about. So there's other anime stuff, like I'm sure people are going to be down for. There's something of like the Department of Occult Studies, so it's like cops that fight demons and stuff, but that didn't look great. There's some kind of there are two. They're Crunchyroll, not Crunchyroll. What did I say? Crunchyroll licensed 2 different anime that are young guy marries older dude, the comedy. And one of them is a time traveler, and the other is just like, I forget what it is. Oh, it's like just like a girl moves to town and says she's married to a guy, and he's a teacher, and she's a student. And I was like, no. And one of them's uncensored. There's an uncensored version. I was like, Nope, I don't want to watch either of these. Then there's the anime about the girl who has trouble making friends. That seemed okay, but I don't think I'm going to keep watching it. I'll watch some clips on YouTube. I might come back to it. It might be one of those shows that like I skip and then turns out is good, but just didn't seem appealing to me. And then there's a look. I don't love sports anime. I've liked sports anime, but I don't love it generally. There is a series, I think it's called Cinderella 9 that started. That is like a girl starts high school career. Her school doesn't have a basketball or baseball team, so she makes one. And I'm sure it's about friendship, but I'm just not interested right now in a sports anime. So, and there's definitely other things, but those are the ones that like I remember that came out. Let me look at the lineup of new stuff. Yeah, oh, wait, there's the second season of Ace of Diamond, or second series of Ace of Diamond, which I'm not really interested in. Bakumatsu Crisis is another one of those like prefecture things. Oh, Amazing Stranger. Okay, yeah. Here, let me read you the premise of Amazing Stranger. I'll read the premise of these two shows that I'm like, what the fuck? Amazing Stranger and Nobugana Gaga. I'll read it. Okay, so here is the description for Nobunaga. One day, there'll be a girl who will fall head over heels for me. Nobunaga was a teacher who was waiting for that kind of dating sim event to happen in real life. One day, a 14-year-old girl appears in front of him, saying she's his wife. Apparently, she comes from the Warring States era and seems to have taken him for Oda, Nobunaga, and tells him that she wants to have his children. An age gap love comedy featuring a teacher with a dating sim brain and a princess with a Warring States era brain. And then there's also other girls in this photo as well, including one that just seems to have ridiculous breasts. Also, there is there's an uncensored version and a censored version. So that seems awful. And then there's another show called Amazing Stranger. Haruto is a hardcore otaku who has no interest in 3D real girls. One day, he bought a figure of his favorite anime heroine, Nona. But then suddenly, Nona started to move. The frenzied married life between one otaku and one robot is about to start. So those are two things that exist. Now you're saying to me, Pat, wait a minute. You liked Handmaid Maid. You liked that series about a little maid robot that is sentient and all the other maids that showed up. And yes, I did like that show. That show was a comedy and was funny and weird. So maybe I'll watch it. Maybe I'll watch Amazing Stranger about a anime figurine that comes to life and marries, that's a robot, and marries an otaku. Maybe I'll watch it. Maybe it's great. That other show, the fact that it's an uncensored version tells me I will not enjoy it. God damn it, Japan. What the fuck, man? Sometimes you're just like, fucking alright, I guess. Makes me think of Video Girl AI. Yeah, I mean, like, look, I might try that Amazing Stranger. There's already a lot of good shit out there, but I might get sick of some of that good shit because it actually isn't good, you know? Like, that happens. I'm not saying it won't, but yikes. It's just the phrase age gap is so like, no. It's not an age gap. It's a 14-year-old girl from a different time period shows up and says that she confuses this teacher for a historical figure and is like, I want to have your children. No, 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 no. The one anime of the ones I'm watching that we never learn is funny out of the gate, so I'm probably going to keep watching it, but that could be the one that I let slip. Yeah, Midnight Occult Civil Servants doesn't sound great. There's at least a couple more. I mean, obviously, tomorrow we're getting a new one, so that'll be good. Tomorrow we get One Punch Man Season 2. Excited for that. He's going to punch some stuff. I've read the manga. I know what's happening. I'm excited to hear King's voice, and like really get King. I like that character a lot. I'm excited. I'm excited for that. I think there's going to be some good action. I'm excited for Sonic to return and to be just my favorite dumb idea of being a villain. He's a villain because a guy beat him up real bad. I'm worried about One Punch. That trailer made me sad. I don't know. I'm excited for it. I think that I don't think the trailer was particularly great, but I think that they'll treat the stories with respect. And I don't know. I'm optimistic about it. I think it's a great story arc. I think the manga is really solid, and I'm excited for it. The thing is that I think they know that One Punch Man Season 1 hooked a lot of people that didn't really as a gateway for a lot of people that didn't watch anime. The example I always give is that Bill Burr, comedian and general just grump dude, really got into One Punch Man. And I'm like, yeah, I think a lot of people who didn't really watch those shows, like action shows, got into it. And I think they know that. So that's my feeling, is that the trailer is very aware of that, about it, of its international success. So I don't know. I'm never super worried about it based on trailers. But, hey, I'm probably being too optimistic about it. It's probably, I probably should think about it and be more worried. I'm just not right now. Urban Buddha, it might be time to catch up on some stuff. Yeah, I've been thinking about trying to get caught up again on Fairy Tail because I'm behind on that. I'm behind on Boruto. But I've got a bunch of. There's still going to be good stuff to watch. For me anyway. Like I said, I'll have One Punch Man Season 2 tomorrow, and Black Clover tomorrow. The tournament stuff is almost over, and then we're going to get into some a good arc that I'm excited for. I don't really know a lot about the manga, but I read a little bit of spoilers because I was looking up a character and got spoiled. So I know there's a fight coming up that I'm excited about. And then I know that I have that, and then Wednesday I'll have Rising the Shield Hero to talk about. So I know I have a few things before the Thursday stream that I can watch. And yeah, maybe I'll get caught up in Fairy Tail. So I'm afraid that might use the popularity of the show, just coast on the name alone and not put the work in. Yeah, I mean that's certainly a possibility. We didn't see that with Mob Psycho Season 2. It's incredible. It was so beautiful and told so well, and the art was so good, and the fights looked incredible. So they're not the same thing, obviously, but Mob Psycho Season 2 being so good, kind of gave me hope for One Punch Man Season 2. So we'll see. Like I said, it might just be me being foolishly optimistic. Bones is bones. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. But I do think that, like, they have the hope is that, yeah, the hope it's good. And it doesn't replace the manga. Like this, I mean, that's what people say about, One Piece. Like, I was talking about One Piece, how, like, it's just dragging along, and it's been 20 fucking years, and a lot of people who got into it get really frustrated with it. There's this divide between the manga viewers and the anime only viewers. At a certain point, it's like, if you really like One Piece, you got to stop watching the anime and just read the manga, because, like, Toei is never gonna treat you right. Like, they are in it to make money for the next 20 years. They're not in it to give you your moments and tell a cohesive, fast-paced story and do all the stuff that some people really want them to suddenly do. It's like, nah, that's not going to happen. Like, got to be realistic. I mean, they're milking it more than they ever have. And it's gross, but, like, yeah, that's going to keep happening. That's what they do, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to watch One Punch Man tomorrow, and I'm excited about it. I hope it's great. It would be a bummer if it's not. But hopefully they feel the pressure to, like, really nail it. All right, so we're putting a screw in here, and then we've got to put 2 screws in the bottom, and then we're basically doing what we did before. Just putting the legs together. Giving it the old college try. Then I need 2 tiny black screws. Nope, I need 2 of these tiny black screws. Not that. Not that. All right, great. Tiny screws going in. I'm using this top. Watch some OG Gundam. Hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, I've got stuff to watch. Things will drop off. Like I said, We Never Learn could turn out to be, like, not great. Fruits Basket, I'm high on Fruits Basket right now. I think it's gonna be awesome. And the first episode just felt right and felt good. Like, I'm excited to see where it's more faithful to the manga and see stuff that I don't know about. Every character, introduction, I'm excited about. It was a weird show for me to get into when it came out the first time. Now I think I'm much more interested in a wide variety of shows, and so I'm excited for that. But yeah, it's weird that, like, there isn't a slice of life right now. There's no slice of life show that I want to watch. The only slice of life is a goofy one. It's the Joshi Kose, which is the 3-minute gag one that comes out on Fridays or Saturday. That's just, like, it's silent. There's sound effects, but no character speaks. It's weird that got made an anime, because it's apparently a very funny manga, because it's all visual gags. So but, like, that's the only, like, slice of life thing that I'm watching. It's weird. Urban Buddha says, was just talking to somebody about Gundam today. It's why I was thinking of catching up on old stuff, even watching some anime. And yeah, we talked about that earlier, the Great Gundam Project. Yeah. So I think that because all the anime that's coming out that I want to watch right now is coming out on Fridays and Saturdays and, like, early in the week, and there's nothing really coming out on Mondays for me to watch, that I'm going to, like, on Sunday and Monday or whatever. But on Mondays, I will, for the next couple of weeks, I'm going to give a shot to Gundam Build Fighters, because I've never watched that, and so I'm going to give that a go. Because it's like, yeah, it's a Gundam I haven't seen. I think it'll be fun to watch and check out. So that's what I'm going to do. And then that'll be, like, my reports, my homework for each week will be talking about that show each Monday. And that's how we'll get through Anime Talk on Monday, because, like I said, there's nothing really. It's like One Piece is an easy thing to say because nothing fucking happens in any episode. And Um, and the other thing I'm watching is 3.5 minutes with exit songs. It's really 3 minutes. So like, yeah, there's nothing really going on with that either for me to talk about. All right, so we got to put this in here. This is going to go in that. And then we need one more screw to put on. Yeah, it'd be nice to like watch a Gundam series, and 25 episodes for the first series shouldn't take too long to watch that. I don't know if I'll watch all of it, but I'm gonna give it a shot. We'll see. All right, so the last of this screw. We'll go right to 11 tonight. And as I said earlier in the night, and I was going to do a bonus stream tomorrow. I'm now not doing that. I will do a Hearthstone stream on Wednesday because tomorrow I have a bunch of stuff I have to get done, including fucking I got my taxes. I got a notice that my state tax, I have to send some forms in that they said don't include these forms. And they were like, actually include these forms. So they said I didn't have to, and now I do. So I got to reprint out my my state forms and mail them again. So I gotta do that tomorrow. I got a bunch of stuff to do tomorrow, so I'm not gonna stream tomorrow during the day. But I will stream on Wednesday during the day. Wednesday I'll do a bonus stream that'll be Hearthstone. I'll have opened a bunch of packs. Like basically, I'm gonna watch the Giant Bomb podcast tomorrow, the Bombcast, and just open a bunch of packs while I'm doing that. And hopefully I'll have some decks for Wednesday that will be cool. So that'll be Wednesday, and then Thursday normal build stream, and Saturday normal build stream, and then Sunday you can find out more about the songs I'll be singing at bit.ly/PatBearSings because I'm doing that charity stream, raising hopefully a bunch of money. We're at 130 right now. I would, which is good. I'm happy because, I've never done a fundraiser like this before. So having 130 is great. I'm excited about that. But I do want to raise way more, and we can. So bit.ly/PatBearSings is the URL to find out all about that and what I'm singing and what I'm trying to raise funds for and all that. So take a look if you could at that. But yeah, like I said, nothing tomorrow, but a bonus stream on Wednesday after I've had a chance to try out some Hearthstone decks, and I gotta open I right now I have 51 packs that I have just flat out, and then I have enough gold for I think 4 more packs, so I will have a lot of packs open, so I will have a lot of decks, or I will have a lot of cards, and hopefully have enough for the decks I want to play, and then I'll be doing the research of what the decks people are liking and all that, so that I can hopefully find a fun one. Or maybe even just like, I don't know. I think academic espionage. There's hopefully going to be a new version of espionage that'll work with espionage. Some new cards that'll help with that. But maybe I'll make a pirate deck. There's a priest deck that people really like that I don't like. That I'm gonna be in. I don't want to play against anymore. I already don't like it, so that's fun to already have a deck that I'm like, I don't like this. What's your favorite class? Rogue? Aristophan. I am a big fan of Paladin and Hunter. Rogue, I only played because academic espionage with Tess was such a wonderful, bad, terrible deck. In the same way that I would play Warlock, but only because I would play that 2-cost card that replaced all your cards with another class that costs 1 less. I like goofy decks like that. So, but Paladin I've always enjoyed. Like I loved Murloc Paladin, and I've liked Buff Paladin as well. Those are decks that I very much enjoy. And then I like Hunter decks. I like Beast Hunter. I'm probably gonna give Spell Hunter another whirl. Obviously, Rexar, Death Knight Rexar was so huge, Aristophan, but I also think Zul'jin is is a solid card. So even though Quest is gone, I still think there is. So you can't do the hybrid. I think Spell Hunter could still work. There's some new cards that might make that work. And Secret Paladin might be back. Lashbrook says, "Don't worry, you can still enjoy SmackDown tomorrow." I was going to get caught up on that, but yes. Thank you for letting me know. Immediately I was going to start uploading this shit and then being like, okay, what the fuck happened? But yeah, I appreciate that update. Thank you for the update. I still want to like SmackDown tomorrow. So good. All right, so this goes here. This goes there. We're gonna finish this. We're gonna finish this leg up, and then we'll be done. What was 20? Oh, was I supposed to make 2 of those? I was supposed to make 2 of those. All right, whatever. One more piece, and then we'll be done, and then we'll wrap up there, probably. Because that will be finishing off our leg here, just about. Canadian Papa Bear is rating with a party of 7. Thank you, Canadian Papa Bear. Coming in at the very end of the stream, so we'll hang out for a minute or two. But hi. Hello, friends of Canadian Papa Bear, viewers. Welcome to the Build-A-Bear Workshop. Thank you for the follow, Zero. I appreciate that very much. We are kind of towards the tail end of our stream, but we appreciate you popping in. This is the build stream. We're working on the Gundam Spiegel from G Gundam. Building that kit. We're working on we've done the legs and the arms so far. This is a 2002 kit, so it's nice and old and fun. But yeah, thanks for stopping in. Happy to have you here. Yeah, as I said, we are kind of finishing up for the night. But yeah, it's always a pleasure to have some folks pop in. And yeah, we're just kind of finishing up the leg, and then we'll be on our way. Don't sell your ticket, says Brown Lantern. I was not going to sell my ticket. I love Gundam anime. Well, Zero, that's awesome. We do as well here. These kits are just so fun to build, and we do Lego and model kit around here. I have been primarily these days working on a lot of Gundam, but yeah, huge fans here. We'll get to Lego again soon. Brown Lantern, I assumed you meant SmackDown. Yes, also Lashbrook said that I didn't have to worry. Look, for those that don't know, I'm going to SmackDown taping tomorrow in Brooklyn, here in New York, and there was the possibility that Kofi Kingston was not going to be champion going into that show, and I was very bummed at the idea that Kofi wouldn't be champion because I wanted to go to the Kofi party, and it sounds like Kofi is still champion, so that's good because I wanted to go to a fun, things could change tomorrow, but I'm just so scared that they're going to get rid of the brands and consolidate everything because of the Fox deal. And I was really afraid that Kofi Kingston was going to lose his title. I didn't want to see that. All right. We are wrapped up for the day. That is a completed kit. Yeah, those are our legs and our arms. It's so weird to work on the legs and arms and not the body first. It's such a strange thing, but that's where we're at with this kit. So we got that done, and that's pretty fun. Brown says, been to League of Heels, but never a wrestling show proper. It's really fun. I mean, look, do the research. Go to an independent wrestling show, but do the research about what kind of show they are. Learn the names of their champions. You can see a wrestling show for $15. I mean, you can see a show for fucking 40 sometimes. But you can go to independent stuff in your area for cheap. If you're in Philly area, you go to Chikara because it rules. Canadian Papa Bear, same to you. This stream was really fun tonight. We are going to wrap up, but it was a fun stream. We'll be back on Thursday. Bonus stream on Wednesday where I play Hearthstone because of the new expansion. That's going to be on Wednesday. Let's say 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Thank you for stopping in, folks. But yeah, I don't know exactly when I'm going to be streaming on Wednesday, but I think it'll be like 5 p.m. Eastern. Thank you all for hanging out. Just drop back in. But thanks for everything. Of course, thank you all so much for streaming. Give me a follow if you haven't already. Consider becoming a subscriber. Join the Bear Cave, and I'll see you next time for more building. Bye-bye.